Martin Scorsese, the greatest living director, made the news for his controversial comments about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree.
He's right.
Although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks. He's not big enough to go on the rides, is he? It's tiny.
Okay, wait. You think... How do you know... What do you mean he's right?
It's not cinema. It's just...
Yes, it is.
No, it's mindless fucking entertainment. There's no... The Marvel franchise is a fucking 20-movie-long toy commercial.
Okay, this is coming from someone who doesn't care. Well, okay, is Star Wars cinema?
Not anymore. The first one, maybe.
Are the DC movies cinema?
Well, which ones are we talking about? Are we talking about Superman with Christopher Reeve? Are we talking about Batman with Michael? Are we talking about the Dark Knight trilogy? That was absolutely fucking cinema.
Okay, I'm gonna make a point that Robert Downey Jr. said in an interview that on Howard. He said in response to what's his name, Martin Scorsese. He goes, "How the fuck isn't it cinema? You go to a cinema to see it."
Okay, was Franklin Delano Roosevelt's weekly Union addresses during World War II cinema?
Yes.
No, it was the news.
Well, they didn't have fucking over-the-air television yet.
You're right, they just had radio.
Yeah.
But instead, you paid a fucking nickel, which was a big deal back then, to sit down to watch a guy that can't stand tell you about current events.
Yes, that's not cinema, but you know what? It's cinema. It's fucking. If you look at it as like cinematography, like how it's directed and how it's shot, and just the effects put into it, it's cinema.
Great. So it's fucking George Lucas's wettest dream. It's just it's visually pleasing with no real fucking substance underneath.
Okay.
Except for Chris Evans' ass, apparently.
I think there's substance in them. I do. There's parts that can move you.
It's quite in Ant-Man and the Wasp, maybe. But
I wouldn't say no. That's more comedy than it is.
yeah,
moving.
I know. Paul Rudd moved me to laugh so fucking hard that I almost cried in the fucking theater.
All right, I'll give you that. You can move to be laughed. I usually say move you to feel like.
The only reason that you would cry in Endgame is if you spent the last 10 years of your life on a fucking couch watching Robert Downey Jr.
I was emotional. I didn't cry, but
yeah,
it was like
if you've wasted your life watching Marvel movies, that's the only reason they hold any emotional merit.
Bite me, asshole.
Like,
I was into it from Iron Man 1.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like the movies. I'm saying they're not good movies. It's just mindless fucking entertainment. It's,
oh my god.
It's like Transformers. It's explosions and hot chicks.
That's definitely mindless entertainment.
Yeah.
There's definitely no story there. There's a story.
Every character has a different costume in every fucking movie just so they can sell a new action figure. So you can fucking collect them all. That's the only reason for it.
Okay, let's just move on. I don't feel like arguing anymore.
Because you know I'm right.
No, you're not right.
I am.
No.
Really? Because you haven't mounted any type of counter-offense whatsoever.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
You just keep
yelling.
yelling.
You just said that you like Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man.
Yeah? I brought up his point about the cinema. Okay.
And he didn't have a point.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh, my God. You're just fucking...
If someone sits down in their home theater and watches this, is that cinema?
No.
Case in point.
No, it's not case in point. This isn't in a movie theater.
Would you consider the prequel cinema?
That's
yeah. So just because the dialogue
it has nice cinematography.
That does not. That's it. Yeah. So do the Marvel movies.
But there is a story. You have to admit that there is a story.
There was a story to the prequels too.
And not a very good one.
Guy turns emo and gets fucking crippled.
Not a very good one.
It's not a very good story. This dude builds a fucking exosuit and then fights Grimace from McDonald's over the course of 10 years. That's the story of the MCU.
You just hate it because you're a DC.
No.
Yes.
It's not even close to it.
And I'm not even giving you shit because I like all the DC. Well, the ones that I've seen, I love them all.
Yeah, I like the Marvel movies. They're not art. Just because the dialogue is less clunky than something George Lucas wrote does not mean that it is amazing mastercraft of film.
We're not saying it's amazing
It's
mastercraft.
not cinema. Yeah, you're talking about the greatest filmmaker that ever lived.
We're not saying just because cinema isn't attained to great films.
The Lord of the Rings was cinema. Fucking Taxi Driver was cinema. The Dark Knight.
No.
Fuck Batman Begins, but The Dark Knight was cinema.
Cinema doesn't have to mean awesome films. I'm not saying you're taking it as I think that the Marvel movies or Star Wars or whatever are the greatest films ever. Obviously not.
No.
But it's cinema.
No.
Yes.
The Marvel movies are cinema
Yes.
as mumble rappers is music.
You know what? Technically, mumble rappers are music.
Yeah,
I don't like that they are. But that's the thing. It's all a matter of opinion. You don't like that they're cinema. I don't like that mumble rap is music. Martin Scorsese doesn't like that they're cinema, but they are. Guess what? They are. They are.
Right, that's why they have in movie theaters now the seats that like move with the film, where it's quite literally like a roller coaster ride.
That's nauseating. That's a real thing.
Yeah, when I went to see Justice League, worst $10 I ever spent. They had them. You could rent them, especially where it's quite literally a fucking roller coaster chair for the latest superhero blockbuster.
Oh, that's annoying.
Which quite literally only adds weight to his point.
That would make me know. Okay, did you see The Irishman? It was the most boring thing I've ever sat through.
I did not see The Irish. I don't need to see a movie about Irishmen. I'm pale and I'm an alcoholic. I know how it goes.
No, it's about an Irish guy that works for the mob. It's basically an Italian movie with an Irish guy as the main character. That's what it is. But it's 3.5 hours long.
It's 1920s New York City, and some fucking Mick gets in with the Guidos. That's not a movie. Just read any history book.
Well, it's based on a true story. He was big into the whole Jimmy Hoffa movement, his running the unions out in Chicago. It was a whole thing. And there's a rumor that the guy in The Irishman is the one that killed Jimmy Hoffa. Because you know how there's he's mysteriously missing Jimmy Hoffa?
Maybe if you just fucking dug up the field at Giant Stadium, you could do some fucking forensics.
You think Jimmy Hoffa's on Giant Stadium?
You've never... That's the urban legend.
Is it really? I've never heard that.
He's buried under fucking Giant Stadium.
Well, he was cremated, so his ashes are under Giant Stadium.
Yeah, but because the stadium was being built when he died. So they threw him into the foundation, is the urban myth.
Okay, we've gotten way sidetracked.
Fucking Martin Scorsese. All right, continue with his diatribe about...
Final statement is I love Martin Scorsese, but I happen to disagree with him. I think, can we agree to disagree? We'll agree to disagree.
I disagree with that. If you did not understand the level of that joke, then you can fuck off.
No, I don't. Is it from something?
No, it's just... Okay, it went way over your head.
Yes, it did. Sorry, I'm tired. Gave me a headache with the cinema. I hate that word. Can I just say, I hate the fucking word cinema. It's an awful word.
You can hate any fucking word you like.
Yeah.
Most people hate the word moist.
I don't get that one. That's a great word.
Only because it makes so many people uncomfortable.
Moist.
Moist.
Wait, I could give you that. Go. There you go.
Moist.
Moist.
Moist little